The edifices are wonderful. They are a thing of a beauty, and it will be very important to see, people from far and near come to Ghana just to patronize it, and if you use it, Ghana definitely generating revenue at the end of it all. So it's going to be interesting to see at the end of it all how this edifice benefits the nation, and how moving forward we are going to maintain it. Another important subject matter we'll be looking out for is the maintenance of our sporting facilities. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the already existing facilities of government already, and I know the conversation goes on, but trust me, they have a legacy subcommittee in place, and of course that legacy subcommittee is going to make sure that this edifice or this complex doesn't go to waste, and that is why it's been transformed or converted into a university later on, so that its usage becomes it's continuous and consistent, and it makes the place very, very much appreciable. So it's going to be fascinating. We're still live on GTV Sports Plus, and you're live on GTV as well. It is a live coverage of the commissioning of the Borteman Sports Complex right here in Borteman. One of the venues to host Crowd 2023, which is the Accra Games. For the very first time Ghana is hosting, and it's going to be fascinating. At the moment, all the dignitaries seated, and we are waiting. We are waiting the president to also grace the occasion. So we have one of the LOC members who's in charge of accommodation. I'll let her introduce herself, and of course what we should be looking out for today's coverage.
There's a place where dreams come alive, where the rhythms of the land fill the air. Come and join us on this beautiful journey, experience the African dream. From Savannah to the field.
Yeah, in terms of accommodation, in Borteman here, we could have built the hostels over here and turn it into a university, but that couldn't materialize. But after the program, we will continue to have the hostels over there, so that when the students come in, they will get a place to sleep. So that is one of the legacy that will leave behind.
The president said this is going to be one of the best Africa Games. Do you agree that we're going to have one of the best on the continent?
Yes, of course. When we talk about sports development university, we have only one in South Africa, and this is going to be the number 2. And number 2, we have the modern facilities, so I'm sure we will overtake South Africa, and we have a lot of facilities for them to enjoy.
We are waiting the president, the commissioner of the Borteman Sports Complex. If anyone watching right now, what can you tell the person concerning this edifice? What do you make of it?
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is, where people were saying that come on, but today we've seen it live. Everything is in place. We have a facility for tennis, we have facility for swimming, we have facility for table tennis, the martial arts, and so on. There's a lot of facilities over here. So this is the reality. Everybody is now seeing it that Ghana is going to host, and we host it for the better.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, ma'am. So that's she's in charge of accommodation, and he says it's going to be one of the best. They are going to really treat, people from outside Ghana, not just Ghanaians, but outside Ghana, most importantly. I have Dan Kwekuyabwe is here. He's the main man. He will be the MC for today. He's part of the LOC. Dan, great to have you.
Nice being here.
Fantastic. We are waiting the president, but before we get him involved, what can you tell us? What are you looking out for? Today's program is a commissioning of the Borteman Sports Complex. We know it is not completed yet, but what can you tell us?
Well, it's been a long, winding journey. And for the information of the general public, every facility here is completed. What is left is the exterior works. So if you are seeing the contractors here, they are doing exterior works. But the main facilities, everything is ready. The aquatic center, is ready. The indoor sports halls are ready. The tennis courts are ready. Every facility is ready, and we are prepared for the rest of Africa.
Just help us with the number of disciplines that will be competing here. How many are we seeing competing here?
Honestly, I have to make reference to the list because I know we are organizing 29 games. 6 are exhibition, and then the 23, some are for medals, some are for Olympic Games qualification. So I have to be very sure, but a lot of the games will be held here.
If anyone is watching us for the very first time and is still skeptical about Ghana hosting these games, what do you have to tell the person?
At this stage, you have no business being doubtful. You have no business being a doubting Thomas. The infrastructure is ready. Team Ghana is in camp. Everything is under control. And I expect Ghana to organize one of the best ever organized games in the history of the competition. Remember, it started in 1965, and this is our time. This is the first opportunity for Ghana to show to the rest of Africa that indeed we are ready and we are good when it comes to organization.
So when the president comes, tell us exactly what are we to expect? What is going to really happen here?
Well, it is customary. Once he gets here, we play the national anthem. It is part of the itinerary. He sits down, we do the usual introduction, and then he does the sword cutting at the aquatic center, does inspection at the aquatic center, and leaves us. Then we continue with the rest of the program because he's hard pressed for time.
Thank you very much, Dan. So Dan Gokuye, ladies and gentlemen, and he will be the MC for today's program. He's also part of the communication team of the LOC. They're in charge of making sure that they spread a message across to the length and breadth of not just Ghana, but beyond Ghana, for everyone to know that Ghana is indeed hosting the Africa Games for the very first time. Ghana is hosting the Africa Games, and it promises to be enthralling according to the organizers. They want to see it materialize. So we're talking to a lot of people here at the Borteman Sports Complex, and we'll have one of our senior journalists also to tell us what he makes of Ghana hosting Africa. And there's been a lot of doubt in the past regarding our hosting of the event, because it has been a very challenging moment for us, and we've not seen it near completion for a very long time. And according to Dan Kokuye, every edifice here has been completed. It just left with the exterior materials, and it's going to be seen done later on. So we're talking to a lot of people here at the Borteman Sports Complex. It is a live coverage of the commissioning of the Borteman Sports Complex, and we are hoping to see it come to life. With just 24 days to the start of the event, we want to see it come to life and make sure that it becomes the best event ever. Boss, tell us your name and of course what are you looking out for today?
Of course, today is the inauguration of the facility, and it is my expectation that everything will be spelled out. The purpose for this particular facility will be spelled out, and I believe Ghanaians will follow through. Here we have 25 or 23 days to the main event. Carry Ghanaians along to the whole event. Yeah.
We know we are hard pressed for time in terms of getting the place ready. We just have 23 days. For standard reason, we should have been done 3 months ahead. A lot of doubts, but again, the LOC says they are putting that to put that fears away. They are going to have one of the best events ever. Looking at the edifice, looking at the complex, looking at the infrastructure, do you think this is going to be the best, one of the best we've ever had on the continent?
Well, to do such a comparative studies will require, of course, unfortunately, I have not witnessed other games, so it will be very difficult to do a comparative analysis of the games. But I believe, having listened to those who have experienced the games elsewhere, I believe Ghana is going to put out a very good performance, a good show. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, obviously, we are looking forward to Africa coming here. Ghana did not do very well in the AFCON. We are hoping that Ghana does well, at least win more laurels. What's your general take of Ghana's contingent for this year's Africa Games?
It is very important for the media to work the public, because beyond football, apart from football, Ghanaians know very little about other sporting activities. I'm sure there are Ghanaians who do not even appreciate the fact that swimming is a sport.
Yeah.
Badminton is a sport. Taekwondo, judo. So it is important for the media to walk Ghanaians through every step of the way, for us to appreciate that beyond football, there are other world sports that the country must begin to focus attention on.
So obviously, we want to see not Ghana dominating in football, but we want to see Ghana dominating in other sporting disciplines. And you know, Ghana has been very fantastic in boxing. You know, boxing is one of the passions of Ghana.
Yes.
But again, it looks like because of lack of investment into boxing and other least financed sports, we've neglected them. So it's a very good point to make there. For boxing, do you have any hopes?
Even unfortunately, even in boxing, at least we did very well in the Seoul 88, Barcelona 92. Over the years, boxing has been one of our forte. Unfortunately, over the past 10-15 years, it looks as if in boxing has come down. I believe we are going to use this particular event, once we are hosting it, as a platform to catapult ourselves back onto the world stage. I believe we should be able to make some gold medals, silver and bronze to crown our hosting of the event. Of course, I'm sure it will be the first in West Africa. I'm sure, and I know the Ghanaians will pull through, because wherever we have hosted, we have done very well.
Okay, so let's get back to the infrastructure and, of course, the benefit Ghana stands to derive hosting this. What do you think we stand to benefit? There's been a lot of talk about the edifice being transformed into a university already, and we know about the economic boost tournament brings to nations. In your own perspective.
I will pick it from the immediate. If you look on this particular board, we are expecting 54 African countries, over 3,500 elite athletes and officials, over 3,000 technical officials, journalists, alone in itself has its own economic benefit. Not to talk of the over 5-point-something billion audience or spectators across the world. You understand? So, in terms of the economy, I believe it is good we bidded for this particular event, and it is good we are hosting it. The investment that has gone into putting this infrastructure down, clearly, I align with those who think we must develop here into a sports university. Don't forget, we used to have a specialist school at Winneba. Unfortunately, the University of Education Winneba has overshadowed the specialist school. And so transferring that to this end would be an ideal situation where we create the opportunity for unearthing more talent and giving them the opportunity to compete at the world stage. So I align with those who think after this particular tournament, this venue must be converted into a sports university. It's very important. Other than that, within the next few years, we will come and see this infrastructure in rooms.
And you make a very valid point. We know maintenance has been a problem for Ghana in terms of managing our sporting facilities. We've seen with Accra Sports Stadium, even the Ali Mama Sports Stadium. So again, what do you propose can be done aside this edifice being turned to university? There's a Legon edifice as well. What do you propose can be done?
It's a sports infrastructure. I believe sports administrators must find a way to partner the private sector to organize more sporting events. When I was growing up, I used to go to Accra Sports Stadium for the mobile Grand Prix, where our athletes, both international and local, used to come and compete. We used to refer to those games as mobile games. It used to be very exciting. Unfortunately, that particular event fizzled out. And so it is very important that our sports administrators find a way to make sports an integral part of our life, because there is a multi-billion-dollar money to be made in sports. So Swimming. Could we have a national event that ensures that our aquatic village is always in use? Because that is the only way we can generate first people's interest, generate the funding or the revenue to be able to maintain the facility.
Great. Thank you very much. And so, wonderful insight as to how we can even maintain our venues is very important. Another integral part of the whole discussion here. Thank you, boss.
Thank you.
We hope to see you after the event, but obviously we're still here, and we'll be talking to a lot more people around this particular event. It is going to be very big and very huge for us to see. And the president also created the occasion as we commission the Borteman Sports Complex. So we'll be having another dignitary. Well, you might not to 200, 100 meter and really he won 8 medals in Africa Games. So the legendary man to 4. Boss, congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being part of today's program.
Thank you.
What are you looking
so
Of course. What are you looking out for personally? Yeah.
I'm so excited that the African we are ready to go.
I mean, if you look at Ghana and our infrastructure, we know that we have to host this event not just for Ghana, but for the rest of Africa. We want to send a message out there. Do you think with what we've seen so far, with what we've put out so far, we can make that happen?
Because I've been to 4 or 5 African games and I've seen the infrastructure that they have already made. But for the one that we have Ghana right now, it's fantastic. And I think when the athletes and the spectators or the officials, the journalists come to Ghana, they will enjoy it.
You've been there before. You've competed in African games before. What's the feeling like?
You want the viewers to see the facilities here.
It's normal. For me, like, I have 8 medals on my credit.
Yeah.
I've been to all African games in
Zimbabwe,
in Kenya, in Algeria. I have the experience. And I think it's good that Ghana is hosting these games. I've been there before and I'm so excited. I don't know what to say right now. I can't wait for the opening ceremony.
What kind of benefit do you think Ghana will get from hosting this event?
You are 5.
After the game, we have all this infrastructure and people are coming in. The economy, at least the economy will be boosted a little bit. You know, like
once you're right, some facilities will be all right. Go right. Go to your right.
How important do you think these African games will be to the careers of these young ones?
Yes, once we have the infrastructure right now, at least they will make themselves serious. Now we are swimming, we are basketball, we have all these complexes. So my advice to the up-and-coming athletes to make sure now we have the facility, they should bring their talent out to make everybody know Ghana is
Maui, you are alive.
Thank you very much, Mano Tufo. Mano Tufo is a legend. He's a winner. He's been to the Africa Games several times and he's won 8 gold medals already. The Africa Games.
But this guy they give me problem.
It stands to benefit. It has a lot of benefit from participating in the Africa Games. And of course, the fact that we are hosting it makes it even better because there's a lot of infrastructure benefits which we are seeing here. The live commissioning of the Borteman Sports Complex, which later will be turned into a university for development of sports. And I think it's one of the biggest and the most highlighted points of this celebration of Ghana hosting the Africa Games. Again, the athletes, their career. It is very important that the careers of these athletes are harnessed. So it's very, very important and critical for us to see them get that right developmental stages and the right pathway through some of these games. So the Africa Games is here for the very first time. Ghana is hosting the event and we're here for it. We are waiting for the President of the land, His Excellency Akufo-Addo. He's a special guest of honor. He cut the saw for the construction of the Borteman Sports Complex way back in August 2021, and he will be doing so again. This time around, he'll be commissioning the sports complex, which will be hosting one of some of the events here. It is one of the hosting venues for the Africa Games, the 13th Africa Games, and we are live at the Borteman Sports Complex. I told you about that Wakarejo Lane and the road alleys from that side, East Legon, straight to Borteman, and decongesting our accessibility to the place. A lot of benefits here. You can see a lot of people here in their numbers. Those who are here for the fun of it, those who are here playing very critical and key role in this year's Africa Games, and that's the beauty of it. Everyone gets to participate. Everyone gets to, have one bit of work to do around Ghana hosting an event. The last time Ghana hosted a major event was in 2008. I remember so well. I mean, can't do it. It was a thing of a beauty. It was fascinating. It was exciting, and we saw Ghana, winning on and off the pitch, and that's the most important thing. We want to win on and off the pitch, and like they've said before, it is a lot of benefit to be derived from hosting the Africa Games. This is Ghana hosting the rest of Africa. It is big. It doesn't come easy, and we are hoping to get it right and spot on with every move that we make concerning this year's Africa Games. The first ever games for Ghana. I mean, the first time we are hosting it in Ghana, and they are hoping to make it big. One thing about this edifice that it has a very, very spacious place, a spacious that can host about 400 or 600 cars, during a program. So it is quite a fascinating edifice. Trust me, there was over $145 million and will really be put into good use, and we are seeing the beauty of it at the moment. We'll be having Apregu Chakapama. Apregu Chakapama will be joining us as well. Apregu, here you go. Okay, so Apregu is with the Supporters Union. Apregu, there's a lot of confusion. Which Supporters Union are you in?
I'm the president of Die Hard Supporters.
So you are the president of Die Hard Supporters Union.
But in the Ghana Supporters, when we come together, I'm the communication director.
Okay, so with the Ghana Supporters Union, you are the communication director.
Yes.
But you are the president of the Die Hard Supporters Union. That's a branch of it.
Yes.
Fantastic. So we are, okay, so the president arriving at the moment, and we'll be having him grace the occasion, the special guest of honor, the president of the land, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. He will be joining us pretty shortly. He is the main man of the event, and we're hoping to see him, commission today's edifice. A fascinating and enthralling atmosphere here at the Borteman Sports Complex. So, Apregu Chakapama, the president is here, but big one, what are you looking out for today?
His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo.
Okay, so
Mr. DJ,
His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo making his way into the forecourt of the Borteman Sports Complex. This is history. This is what we've been waiting for. The moment is here, and we'll be witnessing history. For the very first time, Ghana is hosting the Africa Games, the 13th Africa Games, and the president has promised that this is going to be the best Africa Games ever. The best Africa Games ever. So the president is here, and he will be helping us commission today's edifice, the Borteman Sports Complex. The first gentleman of the land has arrived, and he is with his entourage, obviously making his way to his seat, and he's our special guest of honor. He's the one to commission today's program, and of course today's edifice, which is the Borteman Sports Complex, is the reason why we are here. Of course, making sure that he invests in Ghana's future. This is Ghana's future, because it is going to be a developmental ground to breed and harness talent. Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, His Excellency, is the reason why we are here. He is the main orchestrator of the Borteman Sports Complex, and at the moment we'll be having a national anthem
by the military band. Thank you so much, the military band, for that wonderful rendition of the national anthem. God bless our homeland Ghana. and make our nation great and strong. Bold.